I am taking down this 7.5-year-old SPS tank. So this is going to be a multi-part video series. Hey, what's up, Reefers? This is part 2 of taking down the SPS reef tank. Now, this isn't the video that I really wanted to make, but an opportunity came up, so I decided that it was time to take down this tank rather than the yearly pruning that I usually do. So the reason why I took down this tank is because an opportunity came up. Usually every year or so I would heavily prune this tank because as the coral grow out in such a small area, they act like sponges. They soak up a lot of the trace elements and they block the flow. So usually I have to really trim this tank back. So an opportunity came up for me to replace this tank, so I decided to do that instead. And I knew before I started this was going to be a tedious task. I cut down this footage a lot because it was a lot of work cutting in between those colonies because they basically acted like mortar over the rocks, holding it all together. So as I pulled out each rock, I carefully looked over to make sure there were no snails or hermits or any cleanup crews stuck to the rocks because I wanted to save those for the new tank. And if you're looking to do this in your tank, I highly recommend wearing gloves. I didn't and I lucked out. I just got a few little cuts and scratches on my hands, but you can really get a nasty infection by doing this. So another thing that I'm doing here is I'm making sure that the fish are out of the way, and I'm just looking for the next spot to cut because I have an idea of where the rocks are because I have a picture of when I put this tank together, but I'm just carefully snipping to make sure that I'm not hitting any fish or any invertebrates, and that I'm also getting some coral frags too. What I'm using here are some heavy duty pruners. These are good for cutting thick coral like acropora or matopora. So these ones are what I recommend if you're doing some heavy fragging with some thick coral. And it's almost like performing surgery, just little strategic cuts and pop, the rock comes apart. And I'll just move that out of the way and so I can get to the rest of the rock. And I got another rock separated, so I'm going to go ahead and set this one aside as well. And down to the last 2 rocks. I'm carefully cutting in between them and saving some frags along the way. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and remove this rock. Wow, check that out. That's the green slimer. That thing grew pretty big. And now I'm going to go ahead and remove some more of the rocks. So again, each time I remove it, I'm looking to make sure there's no hermits or snails or anything attached to the rocks that I want to keep. And something I forgot to mention, this is that Reef Saver rock. So this stuff is really dense and heavy too. So it was kind of awkward trying to get it out of the tank and in between the lights. Looking this one over, and it looks pretty good. All right, and now the tank is pretty much empty. I just left a couple rocks in there for the fish so they don't stress out too much, but somehow I lost my purple tang. And I looked all around the tank and I can't find it, so I don't know what the heck happened to my purple tang. It's missing. And it was out 2 days ago, so that's just weird. Maybe when I move the tank I'll see something, but I do have lids on the tank. They don't go all the way across, but there are lids on there, so I don't know what happened to my purple tang. But all of the rocks are now in buckets, and it's time to go to Tropicorium to trade them all in. All right, we got our coral loaded up. Let's head over to Tropicorium. So yeah, it's real easy to drive by this place because all you can see is this mailbox right here. So if you're on Inkster Road, look out for this mailbox coming to the Tropicorium. And this is the entrance coming in. So there's a lot of cool stuff inside. It's basically a greenhouse attached to a house. So you come in and you're like, where's the store? Well, it's over here. And you go down this walkway and there'll be a door to go inside. Let's go check it out. All right, we got our corals brought inside, so we're gonna walk down this walkway here and check out Tropicorium. There is a lot of good stuff in this store. And we got all the buckets in with coral, and we're gonna get them in some tanks. And here's all the coral at the Tropicorium, getting them loaded up into the tanks. So if you're interested in getting any of the coral from my tank, this is where you're gonna find them, Tropicorium. And here's where the live rock is. There's a lot of good stuff in these tanks. If you're looking for live rock, you definitely need to come out the Tropicorium. They have tons of it, and I mean literally tons of it. So come on out and get yourself some premium live rock. Oh, that's a nice one.
That's a nice one. This is the one that caught my eye there.
Yeah.
With the nice slouch bit there.
That's some good rock there.
That's kind of small.
Check that out. Look at all that coralline too. So even if you have smaller tanks, nano tanks, and you're looking to add a little more biodiversity, or you're looking to start it up, so come on out and get some of this gold in live rock here. I mean, this stuff, look at it, it's just covering coralline. You don't find that everywhere. And if live rock's not your thing, they have a ton of dry rock too, all different shapes and sizes. So they got you covered with the dry rock too. And here's the main entrance with all the tanks. There are a lot of fish in these tanks. And the salt, and back there is a little fragging area. Frags and birdie friends. And if you need to get salt, Tropicorium always has reef crystals on stock. This is the salt I use also, so come get your salt at Tropicorium. And this is the frag tank. There's a lot of awesome stuff in this tank too. Check this out. So if you're looking for frags, come on out Tropicorium. These might look familiar too. Those came from my tanks. I like to come here and trade in things with salt and that. Oh man, look at those Zoas. I think those are called salt of the agave. Those are cool. I gotta get some of those. There's Chica, the Tropicorium puppy. Hi, baby. There's another cool little fishy there. I am really crushing on this puffer fish right here. That is a very pretty fish. If I could make that work in a reef tank, I would. I'm just not too sure. That'd be a cool fish to have in the new tank, huh? Ooh, that's a really nice angelfish right there. Check out that guy right there. It's a toadfish. Just hangs out at the bottom. Got little feet, sort of. Little fins for feet. Check out that clownfish.
And then it's in that moment that there's like a 50% chance.
And in this tank, there are a lot of huge anemones. Check these out. Some awesome bubble tips. Oh, look what we got here. Little furfish. These guys are really cool. They're docile fish. Ooh, there's another pretty fish. Check that out. I think that's a fairy raz, isn't it? I'm not real hip on the fish names like these, especially wrasses. I think that's what it is. The other one I think is the cleaner wrasse. That one there. Let me know if I'm right. There are a lot of tanks around in here. They're all under gravel filtrations too, which is cool. You don't really see that nowadays, and it works. Some more cool clownfish. Well, what a journey for the SPS tank, huh? And honestly, yeah, I'm sad that it came down, but we have something new to look forward to in the future here, and we'll get caught up on that later. But I just wanted to thank you for being here, and I hope you learned a lot along the way, and there's a lot more to come. So I'll put a playlist right here if there's some videos that you may have missed with the SPS tank, and I'll see you soon. I'm Reefer Matt. Thank you for watching, and happy reefing.